organic podcasters.
That's right.
Absolutely. Brother, I invented organic. Let me tell you.
Call us plant-based. We are plant-based. Okay.
Right.
Amelia will tell you I am the plant.
Yep.
And tonight I'm the plant and I am the walrus. I'm rocking the Beatles both on my cup and on my shirt.
Yeah.
Love me the Beatles.
Ready to go.
Right. That's why it's strawberry
I am
season here in Florida.
Ready to rock.
So y'all in Florida?
I am.
Okay.
Amelia's
I'm
in
based out of
Florida. I'm in New Jersey.
Jersey.
I'm about 30 minutes from Atlantic City.
Okay.
Yeah.
30 minutes from AC, and I'm like 10 minutes from Camden. So if you guys know, like Philadelphia, that area.
Yo, you in Philly?
Yeah, I could literally be in South Philly in 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Like literally I'm that close.
On purpose?
Well, yeah, because I was born there. I tried to get away, Marlon, but they would only let me as far as New Jersey. Anything further than that, I got to join the witness protection program.
They got you tethered. They got you tethered to Philadelphia.
He loves living in Jersey right now.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. Crazy. Amelia.
Yes.
You ready to do this, puppy?
Let's do this.
Let's rock it.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Chicago. In New York City, it's 7 p.m. Hello, everybody. I'm Mad Dog DeCipio. Join us once again on this fabulous Tuesday night is the mouth of the South herself, Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman. How are you, Amelia?
I did good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How you doing, kid?
Good.
You right?
Oh,
you
yeah.
staying out of trouble?
No, not really.
That's my girl. How you stay out of trouble anymore? It's hard to do. We have a super guest tonight. We have two amazing guests. Two amazing guests tonight. I want to welcome everybody to Blunt Talk Radio. It's the podcast that says, we'll tell you later what we say. We're not going to say it right now. Amelia, I almost tipped the bit. But I'll tell you what, we got an amazing show tonight. We're going to talk about the dark side of Hollywood. It's a little known secret. Well, it's kind of an open secret in Hollywood. And I'm going to tell everybody how we got to tonight. We're going to discover the dark side of Hollywood, which is sex trafficking and pedophilia, particularly. Child sex trafficking is huge in Hollywood, LA, in the LA Basin area. But tonight we're going to talk about the number one crime, unreported crime in Los Angeles, pedophilia, particularly because it's happening with rich and powerful Hollywood dignitaries, celebrities, executives, and yes, even studio heads. Well, how did we get to tonight? Well, perusing through YouTube, and I discovered a couple of guys talking about, I honestly, when I heard these two fellas, I thought it was a comedy bit. Because I thought that they were making this stuff up, and lo and behold, I watched I did. You guys are laughing because you know where I'm going with this. Right?
But hold on now. You didn't warn us. You supposed to warn us on stage. See, you're not playing fair, man. You already. What's going on?
That's because your last name is Fair. You already fair, so it's okay. It's already fair.
You know what though? When I saw the intro, I said, "Oh, he childish like us." So now I know what I signed up for.
Yeah, we good. We good. Then.
Yeah. Oh, bro, you got no idea what you signed on for.
Oh no, I got an idea now. I see where you at.
Oh yeah. I said to Amelia, it's funny. I said to Amelia, I found kindred spirits with these guys. Absolutely kindred spirits. Because you're like us. You're gonna lay it out. You're not gonna hold back. You're gonna let the chips fall where they may, and then move on. Yeah. And that's how we roll around here. Hey, look,
I like it.
I've been on the air with this format podcast for the last 6 years. I've been broadcasting television and radio for almost 40 years. 40.
Wow.
And I've been around the block a little bit. And when I hear somebody that knows what they're doing, which is rare these days, I'm going to snatch them up. I'm going to grab them up. And I heard Marlon and Corey, I said, "Oh, these guys are either a great comedy actor or they're taking this shit real serious." Because here, and I'm going to not only am I going to tell them, Corey, I'm going to show people what I'm talking about.
Oh, man.
I'm watching YouTube, and I hear these guys, and they're talking about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Okay, well. Now, in all full disclosure, in honest full disclosure, I know some members of the Johnson family and the Anawa'i family. I spent my entire background in professional wrestling and television. It's all I've ever done in my life, TV and wrestling. And so I've had run-ins with The Rock's brother, his father. I met his grandfather. The great Peter Maivia, late High Chief Peter Maivia, all great wrestlers, all good people generally. But when I hear somebody talking about The Rock and pedophilia and, being inappropriate with little children, particularly telling a little girl in Hawaii he wants to eat her, well, then I have a problem with that. Because now I got to find out, is this like some sick comedy bit? Or are these guys that they know something that they're about to share with the world? Well, little did I know that I got an education that night because you guys smartened me up, like we say in the wrestling business. You smartened me up big time. And I'm going to show people tonight an extension of what you guys have brought to the table. In fairness, let me introduce my guest for the evening. Corey Fair is the head and president of Fair Media Group, which is a part and parcel of Too Strong Productions. And Marlon Brown is his broadcast partner and partner in said media group. Gentlemen, welcome to What's the Buzz?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Donkey Shanks.
Say again, Mark?
Donkey Shanks. Thank you.
Oh, Donkey Shanks. I thought he was doing his Wayne Newton impression from it.
He is in his version of it.
Be careful because we don't know what's in that cup. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you don't know. It's just juice. Okay, it's just juice. That's all it is. Just juice.
Yeah, you look at the color of that liquid and try and figure that shit out.
Iced tea. That's all I see is iced tea. Okay, I see iced tea.
It's actually grape juice and mango, and it's
perfect Southern iced tea. That didn't work.
I want to tell everybody. In fact, I'm not even going to tell. I'm going to show you how I came to Marlon and Corey. Watch this.
Let's get started with the show. We're going to start off with playing the video so that we can set the tone right away. Get down, Marlon.
All factual stuff, okay? All factual. If you want to go back and watch the stuff, the piece that we show, all out there for you to see. So you don't think we're taking something out of context. I just want to put that out there, people. I know you're gonna come with context, so say no.
Yeah, it's real. So let's jump it off.
Gave me my.
And you want to know why I thought it was a comedy bit? Look at this shit, okay? Because you guys are fucking hilarious, man. Watch this, Amelia. Watch this stuff.
Life back. Hail Satan! Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
I eat children. I eat children. I eat. How old are you? 12.
Now, Marlon, Corey, let's have because I stopped it here for a reason. Let's have a little dialogue here. Couldn't this be preconceived as a comedy, as a humor, inflecting humor in the situation?
Well, that's up to the watcher. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, we never thought to ourselves, hey, Merlin and Corey, let's do a show together and be funny and do comedy. And we never discussed those things before the shows. We just kind of we may brief each other. Well, we do brief each other about what information we found.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just start the show. And in the beginning, like even when I come out and do the introduction, I promise you, I never know what I'm gonna say or nothing. We just go and that's it. So I mean, it's up to the viewer to decide how they want to look at it. We just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah, we kind of do that around here too, Amelia. Don't we?
Yes, we do.
I would say though, Marlon, you're the guy that my attention was focused on this clip. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you seem to be the guy to break it down into its elemental form, where not only did you talk about humor as a way of camouflaging the truth, but and you did a great job of illustrating that. But the other thing that captured my attention is the fact that you didn't back down to Corey when he pushed you up against the wall here.
I pushed him.
We've had practice. Okay, we've had practice.
I can't wait to see this.
So let's take a look at the rest of this.
Okay, only to 10. Children and pineapple.
Now, I want people to understand that what you're about to hear is written in screen form, and it's part and parcel of a video that we're showing the viewing audience. It's apparently from the Rock's TikTok, I believe. Is that correct, Amelia?
I believe so. Yes.
It's I think it's from his Instagram actually.
Oh, his Instagram account.
Instagram account.
And The Rock is quoted here as saying, "This adorable, darling little cupcake came to meet me and present me with a beautiful lei." Now, for those of you who don't know what a lei is, it's Hawaiian flowers on a string or on a rope form.
Mm-hmm.
I bent down to tell how much I love to eat little children, but she seemed totally unfazed. Now, when I read that, I thought, well, maybe he's just, having fun with the kid. Maybe he's just trying to get a rise out of her. And then I thought to myself for a second, anybody with an inquiring mind could really make much more of this than is there. You could literally make a fucking federal case out of this one.
Yeah.
Big mahalo to all the fans who waited a long time to say hello at the meet and greet. Mahalo is a Hawaiian word that means lots of love, basically. Big love. So that's what I just read, folks that are in the listening audience. Let's continue, and I will tell you what's going on.
No one can seem to agree on anything anymore except for two things.
I want you guys to notice, again, inflecting humor. It's the Illuminati all-seeing eye wrapped up like a slice of pizza.
Pizza and us. And us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, we're not going to show this because I've got the entire full clip we're going to see. That was the beginning of what for me was much more than just an SNL comedy bit.
Mm-hmm.
It upset me to the point where I had to dig. I made some phone calls and I did a lot of research. So did Amelia.
Mm-hmm.
And it come to find out, Corey and Marlon, that what you guys did was basically stumble, whether you know it or not. You stumbled into something a lot bigger than yourselves, a lot bigger than your show and my show. And we have a sizable audience of around 2.5 million tonight.
Wow. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's real numbers, folks. So let me show everybody exactly what it is that we're talking about, because it's quite important. I'm going to play the entire unedited clip, and you make the discernment for yourself. Is this comedy, or is it sickness wrapped up like comedy? Are they trying to desensitize the mind here? So let's take a look.
Hi guys. My name is Roy, and and for the most evil invention in the world contest, I invented a child molesting robot.
I beg your pardon, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll speak up. It's a robot that is designed to molest children, and I call it Robo Chomo. You see, it's powered by solar rechargeable fuel cells, and it costs pennies to manufacture. And it can, theoretically, molest twice as many children as a human molester in, quite frankly, half the time. So, do I win the contest? It seems like I win? Seems like I win.
Oh, my God.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? My most evil idea was a blizzard in July.
Right. Well, I went in a slightly different direction with the assignment.
You built a mechanical sex predator!
Yes. That's exactly right. This guy gets it. You get it.
Oh, my God. No, I don't.
How? I have a question for you, Corey and Marlon.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I built a mechanical sex predator. Okay? If you look at The Rock, does he not look a bit mechanical himself?
Mm-hmm.
Always have.
Isn't he built like a machine?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if this is not autobiographical in some form.
Oh, man, you done started something.
Yeah, right.
You done started something. And you know, here's the thing, though, why I say that. Normally, you know what I'd have told you? Man, this dude is crazy. Why would he say something like that? But looking at the climate of how things are going and what's been going on, it's extremely possible. We've been digging into this thing, man. I don't even want to call it a rabbit hole. It's a whole different kind of hole. It's all different kind of stuff, rabbit hole. But we just done made a whole different hole that we've been digging down, and the stuff, the more and more we learning as we go, it's just like you thought you knew something until you start digging for real, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you know what? You bring up a valid point. There ain't no telling what's up with that dude.
The other thing that struck me, Marlon, at the beginning of that clip, not one person in that live studio audience, not one person had the balls to say, stop. Stop that. Not one person was offended by it. And that should speak fucking volumes.
Yeah.
That should speak volumes to America, to the world. Listen to what we're saying here.
Yes.
I built a child molesting robot and everybody laughed. They
were all laughing hysterically. Like,
are you kidding me? I've seen predators that looked like fucking robots, okay? Big, jacked up fucking muscle heads of every shape, size, and color. I'm going to tell you something. Sexual deviation doesn't know any gender, any race, any ethnicity. It doesn't know any wealth barrier. It doesn't just happen to poor people. We're going to show you tonight. I'm going to show you in living color tonight how valid the idea of Hollywood predators is today. Not only is it valid, it should be taken seriously. You're going to see for yourself, but we're going to continue with this. I want people to see the entire skit. Watch this, folks.
How do you even build a child molesting robot?
Well, that's a great question. What you do is you start by building a regular robot, then you molest it and hope that it continues the cycle.
Dear Lord Almighty.
That's the most hideous thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh, well, thank you very much. You see, the shrink guy is with me all the way.
Stop saying that!
You know, I want to remind you guys that in Webster's dictionary defines evil as profoundly immoral.
We know what evil means.
Well, it doesn't seem like you do, because you built a freeze ray. I mean, Benito Mussolini used to force-feed people castor oil until they literally died of diarrhea. I mean, that's got to be where the goalposts are, right? Am I crazy?
I think someone should call the police.
Okay. Well, I think we're all getting a little hangry right now. Let's break for lunch. Okay, I'll buy you all a sandwich at the restaurant across the street.
Get out of here now!
Well, let's just go talk it over at the restaurant across the street with the medieval decor and the little miniature beef sandwiches.
It's a White Castle, man. Just say White Castle. Who the hell calls White Castle a sandwich restaurant?
Okay. Well, you guys are mad. I'm really sorry. I just wanted to win the contest, and I guess I really screwed up.
No, Roy. You have nothing to apologize for. Yes, you made a robot that molests children. But you also made an important point here today. Things are always better with juicy beef and onion sandwiches from White Castle, America's medieval sandwich restaurant.
All of that, that's the bit, okay? All of that for that, all right? But I would contend to all of you, if your bit line, and for those of you who don't know anything about comedy, it's called tipping the bit. What they did toward the end of it was they tipped the bit with mentioning the little sandwiches from this medieval restaurant, okay? So the whole thing was to get to the White Castle sandwich, right? How they get there is using child molestation as the vehicle. Are you telling me that's the best they could do on Saturday Night Live with what they're paying those writers? Are you shitting me? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm offended on every level.
Well, that's the best they wanted to do. That's their mission. This is not organic. This is very intentional what these people got going on. And they get paid not just millions, but they getting paid. This is a billion or $1 trillion industry that they got going on. And they feeding that machine, and they feeding it well. Not only on these little comedy skits, now they into our schools. They've been in the music, they getting on TV, it's getting bolder and bolder. And I mean, it's getting so bold that look how bold it's done gotten, and how bad the normalization is. They got parents running around right now, probably listening right now, right? Saying, these guys are idiots. Why are they making a big deal out of nothing? That's literally what's coming out of some of these people's mouths. So that'll let you know where we at, man.
Because it's not nothing, Corey. It's not nothing. That's the problem. I want to show you. I'm going to visually demonstrate your point. There's a show that used to be on television called Toddlers and Tiaras.
I remember that.
Okay. After, I think it was on for maybe 5 years, 6 years. After 6 years, they finally took it off of the air. You know why? Because it took them 6 fucking years, Marlon, to realize that little old men with raincoats and middle-aged men were sitting in their living rooms jacking off to little 5 and 6 year old girls. Okay?
Oh, goodness.
It took them 6 fucking years to realize that this was a predator's delight. This was a pedophile's playground. This show. And if you think I'm lying, watch this. Go on Google. Get the crime statistics for the years, and I'm not even bullshitting, folks. Get the crime statistics for the years that Toddlers and Tiaras was on the air. It was exponentially higher than it is right now. And it's exponentially higher than it was when the show went off. the crime rate dropped by 40%.
Jeez.
Particularly
Wow.
sex crimes, rape, molestation, child endangerment, child kidnapping. You can't make this stuff up. Amelia, how much research do we do here?
We do every research on every single
We
bed.
have to. We
Yes.
have to. We've
We-
got lawyers, and they are meticulous about dot your I's and cross your T's, guys. You know?
Yeah, we look
We
under
can't
every rock.
fuck around with this stuff, folks. We can't afford to endanger our kids any longer. You're going to hear tonight from a Hollywood heavyweight. It's interesting you're going to hear from this particular Hollywood heavyweight because right now, in 2023, this particular Hollywood heavyweight is being accused of a child sex crime. Imagine that. You know what? No time like the present. Fellas, feast your eyes on Mr. Tom Hanks.
Our industry these days is not about a great new film. It's about Harvey Weinstein.
Right, yeah.
A lot of talk about everybody knew or the behavior was an open secret. Did you know? I mean, did people know about this?
I think there was knowledge amongst a certain group of people, mostly who did business with Harvey Weinstein. I think in an awful lot of the dialogue that I've read that come out, there are countless women who understood that that's what happened, and there were countless many people who said, "Well, that's just Harvey being Harvey."
Well, that's the question. Is it how serious is it? Is it about one person, one man, or is it a culture?
You and I, and even the likes of the people on the Turner Classic movies, constantly understand that the idea of the casting couch that existed in Hollywood is the part of both myth and concrete reality.
Did you hear what he just said?
He said nothing.
He just came out. Corey, he just told the whole world
it's real.
The casting couch is real.
Yeah.
He just told the whole fucking world, yeah, if you lay on your back, you'll get a part somewhere. I can't believe he said that. I'll give him kudos. Tom Hanks is either the bravest guy in the world or he's the most protected. I will tell you that.
Protected.
Protected, I would say.
Very.
Yeah. You know what, Marlon? I'm with you on that one. And Corey, absolutely. I think that he is absolutely protected. Because, first of all, this man is the golden goose of Hollywood. He's a money-making machine. Okay? He's a fucking cash cow. They're not going to screw with the cash cow.
Well, Mad Dog, I want to cut in and say something to you though.
Oh, please do. Yes.
You do know that you keep saying that he told. Didn't you say he told? He telling it? He's not telling. He's promoting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
Choosing his words very carefully.
I'm going to sit back. I'm going to bring you up here. Corey, I'm going to bring you up on the big screen. I want you to tell everybody. I'm going to bring you up on the big screen. I want you to tell everybody exactly what we're talking about. And I know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Okay, so when he's on TV, he's saying that, oh yeah, you know, the couch. But if you notice, he tried to say it was part of a myth and concrete reality or concrete truth or whatever he said. So he kind of left himself a little bit of wiggle room, but he know how we read that because he know how it was intended to be read because everything he's saying is extremely intentional. Yeah. So if we think for 1 minute that these people are on TV and they just stupid enough to start spewing stuff out of their mouth that's going to get them locked up, then that means we crazier than them, right? These people are not dumb. They just stupid. They doing and they evil, but that don't make them dumb. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
So he know what he did. He know what he did, and he know why he did it. He did it because he's promoting. Because this is what has happened. We have went from having to kind of hide it and be low key about it to now, boom, this is what it is. This is what we see.
Absolutely. And it's out in the open, and nobody's hiding it anymore.
They're not hiding. And so this is the reason why he can get right on national television and say what he said. Because not only is he promoting it, he's boldly saying, okay, y'all, we winning. We got you. I use this example on the show all the time about a robber. if I'm sitting here and somebody come in my house and rob it, let's just say I got a store. Somebody come in and they rob the store. They got on masks and they get the money and the goods and they leave. I don't like that. I'm bothered, right? But if they come in with no mask on and do that and leave, I'm literally shaking in my boots, because what I'm thinking now is they feel like they got me and ain't nothing I can do about it. And that's how Hollywood is right now. They feel like they got us. So they not hiding it. They coming right out and putting it right in our face, and they right in our schools. I mean, they following. What's the name of that group, Merlin? The Satan Club or something like that.
Yeah, After School Satan Club.
Yeah, the After School Satan Club. They filing lawsuits saying, hey, we should be able to come in your schools and fly our flag. Like, they're not hiding no more. They coming right out with it. So I believe that Tom Hanks is very intentional in what he's doing. And he's not telling.
Well, there you guys mentioned the ASSC is what they're the After School Satan Club. They're calling it the ASSC. They're, believe it or not, these fucking crazy people, they're applying for a national charter.
They'll get it.
And that's what I'm hearing. Marlon, I'm going to bring you up on the big screen now, too. Let's talk about that. That's a scary proposition, my friend. They're applying for the After School Satan Club's applying for a national charter, and they're probably going to get it. Tell everybody the dangers that we're talking about, because people hear me every week. I scream at the top of my lungs. I'm passionate about everything I believe in.
He's very passionate.
Maybe it takes somebody like yourself that's good looking and soft. Right? Because they don't want to see my ugly face and hear my big mouth every fucking week. So I want Marlon Brown to tell everybody why we should be worried.
You missed your call, and wrestling wasn't it? It was stand-up comedy, man. You got jokes like for days. Okay. So the trend has been for the last 67 years to demonize the whole God thing. Okay, let's just put it on the table. The whole idea is to make sure that God looks like a joke and we don't want him no more in society. So they did that. So the next phase is to implement, well, when he says freedom of religion, mean everybody. And that means everybody. So that means we can make fun of just about everybody. But the newcomers are not ready to get made fun of yet. So we'll bring them in and make them part of the public platform. So what's the best way to do that? Introduce it in movies, introduce it in songs, introduce it in cartoons, and introduce it in schools. And you make it as though it's accepting. That's all you're doing. If you can have this, you can have that. And just be welcoming of everybody. So then my question is, name me one Hollywood operative, is what I'll call them, that has paid a hefty price for trafficking and sexually abusing children. Name me one.
None.
There you go. So why would they hide? Now they've made movies where young boys are in love with adult men, right? So now they've now become, like Corey said, it's a no mask situation. I can say it, even if Tom was to come out tomorrow and says, I diddle kids, and he drops a list of children he's done that to, nothing would happen to him, because the precedent has now been set that even the president is now one of them. So why would I have to worry?
And exactly. At the highest levels of government, we have an open, as open to the core as he can get, pedophile. And make no mistake about it, folks. He's not even trying to hide what he's doing. He likes to touch people. He's really touchy-feely, this guy. Like, very inappropriately so.
Who are you talking about, Hanks or Biden?
You mentioned something.
Biden.
Marlon, you mentioned
Tom Biden.
That Amelia and I actually did. Was it 2 shows, Amelia, or 3
Yes,
that we did?
We did 2.
On Satan in the music business.
Yeah, we did 2 of them
in Hollywood. The Devil in the. It was called The Devil in the Music.
And The Devil in Hollywood.
And Hollywood Horror. This is real stuff, folks. You have 2 guys that have no dog in this fight telling you, hey, it's real shit out there. And we're here to tell you, and we're here to warn you, and we're here to smarten you up. And we're here also maybe to save a few of you. Save your soul if it's possible. And that's what we're talking about. I want everybody to watch the rest of Tom Hanks because this is really important. Okay.
The idea that there are sexual predators in power, not just in Hollywood, I think in all across any place there's a boss with underlings in any corporation or any industry, you have a type of sexual politics that goes on that can slide in between appropriate ethics and decorum to inappropriate behavior to the point of harassment and sexual predatory behavior.
Well, I mean, I think people understand that, but the larger question is there a culture of complicity in Hollywood where women are afraid to speak up because they'll be blacklisted, men are afraid to speak up because either they're out of the same fear or they just think, well, this is the way the system works.
I think there are people that say, hey, this is how it works, pure and simple, and this is why I got into it, and this is why I have power. This is how it works, and you have to understand that. That does not carry the day. Complicity is also complicity. The people who know, well, look, this is how we do business, and that's what it's got to be done. I'm sorry it's like that. So beware. That's also present, without a doubt, but it does not carry the day. There's also people that were afraid to speak out, who were victims, that did not go forward, that signed, negotiated settlement deals of which a non-disclosure agreement was part and parcel to it. That also does not carry the day. So the dam has burst here in a big way. And it is not just the halls of places like Harvey Weinstein's office where this was standard operating procedure, and it is criminal, and it is cause for termination. It's also happening in every other corner of not just my industry but yours and throughout all of America.
Do you think this is a kind of tipping point?
Well, I think it absolutely is, in which everybody is asking, men and women.
Corey, question for you.
Yes, sir.
He said something a moment ago that prompted a question. When I was showing the Rock's clip, you said he was using it as a promotion.
And he just confirmed all
Tom Hanks seems to not so much promoting it, quote unquote, but saying, and I'll give him kudos for telling the truth. He seems to be saying, if you're prepared to do these things,
then welcome aboard.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Am I getting that?
Oh,
No,
you're right.
That's
You're
what
right.
that's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying.
He just confirmed everything I said about promoting. Listen,
and I want you to, Corey and Marlon, watch the rest of this because I think he's going to say something that'll blow your mind.
Women, what do I put up with and when do I talk about? And men saying, I think we have to live by a code of ethics that we need to think and put down on paper. Don't be surprised if, there's going to be a sign in front of every one of the studio gates that will say all people entering this studio will obey this code of ethics or they will be escorted from the premises. And that will all be about sexual harassment and sexual predatory behavior.
Thanks for the warning.
Accept it or leave. That's
Or
all it is.
blacklisted.
Accept it or leave.
I think Marlon, he's laughing, and I don't know why he's laughing because it's like, like they said, join the club. Here's the initiation for joining the club.
They don't care.
It's hand jobs, blow jobs, get on your knees, get your pads out. Prepare to lay on your back. It's all the things that the casting couch is all about. Who gives the best blow gets the biggest show.
But you know why they can do that is because they offer a nice prize, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you telling somebody, listen, we over here promoting, hey, if you come, do this and do that, you might make a couple dollars, It's like, but these people can literally say, no, we're gonna make you a millionaire, we're gonna put you in a mansion. We're gonna put you
Did
in
you
a
ever
Ferrari.
notice though, Corey? Did you ever notice there are a handful, and it seems to be the same handful of actors and actresses who get nominated every year, who win awards every year? Did you ever notice that it's the same core group of people? The guy that was hot 5 years ago, he can't get arrested for a job now. You'll find him working at Costco or Sam's Club. What happened? I'll give you a perfect example. That's happened to a person. His name's Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, he's coming back though.
Yeah, he ended up working at Costco.
They got him back and wearing a dress now.
Right? Am I lying? Tell
No.
me if I'm lying.
No, they got him back though. He's acting now in a dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got him back.
You know what that acting in a dress is? That's called punishment.
Mm-hmm.
That's called, motherfucker, you're not going to play with us anymore until you do what we tell you to do, and you're going to embarrass yourself, and we're going to embarrass you more. But we're going to pay you well for it. It's amazing what the devil will do to achieve his goal. You know, what do they say? Money talks, bullshit walks, right?
Yes, it does.
Right? There ain't enough money in the world for me to do that shit. Not enough.
No.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah,
You know?
it ain't enough of nothing.
The flip side to all of this here is you talked about a select group of people, right? And I asked you a question of who got prosecuted. And one person that comes to mind is Roman Polanski, right? Blatant, obvious raping of a 13-year-old, drugging her, all of it, right?
Yeah.
And then you heard people like The View that said, well, it wasn't really the real kind of rape. It was a kind of a half rape. It wasn't fully rape, you know, because the kid kind of liked it. He's still directing. He's still winning nominations and he's still winning awards, even though he's not stateside. He's still having all the accolades, and the same people that were probably more than likely are involved in the same kind of activity are also the ones that he's casting to get those accolades. And I look at stuff like that, and for me, as much as we expose, right, we're not really exposing for it to necessarily stop. It won't stop. Okay, I'm just making sure people understand this is not a matter of stop. It's about making people aware to stop supporting it.
It's interesting you say that. It's interesting you say that, Marlon, because Amelia and I had almost verbatim the same conversation. I said, Amelia, we're not going to stop anybody from doing anything. We can't, but we can damn sure make them aware of what the hell's happening.
Exactly.
You know, and
people,
look, you have to be. You must, if you are to achieve anything in life, you have got to be proactive. You've got to do what Corey and Marlon doing. You got to do what Amelia and myself are doing. You got to stand up on your own 2 feet, let your voice be heard. You know, at whatever risk you may endure. For us, it's not really a risk; it's a freedom for us because we're untouchable. No one can touch us. Do you know that? Why? Because greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world. That's why we are untouchable. And YouTube has tried to touch us. The radio, FCC has tried to touch us. Facebook's tried to touch us. They can't touch. It's like what MC used to say: "Can't touch this."
Can't touch
Guess
this.
what? Can't touch this.
I just was surprised how calm you guys stayed during the whole The Rock when y'all were talking about The Rock. I just couldn't believe how calm you guys stayed during the whole time. I would have been.
Can you imagine me being that calm? I've never been that calm in my life. Okay. You guys know who Corey Feldman is, right?
Yeah.
All right, listen to this from Corey.
It's Hollywood's other dirty secret that victimizes the most vulnerable, children. And someone who's spoken out about this and is painfully aware is former child star Corey Feldman.
You freeze. You're in shock. I mean, children aren't supposed to handle that sort of stuff. I can tell you that the #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia.
Nobody talks about pedophilia.
It's the big secret.
And it's widespread?
Oh, yeah. I was surrounded by them.
Did you hear what he said? It's a big secret. It's a widespread secret. It's a secret they're talking about in the open, so it's not a secret. And he says, I was surrounded by them. To the point where it cost his friend Corey Haim his life. It screwed with that poor kid's head so fucking bad, he couldn't get off the shit that he was on. Let's continue.
For years now, as evidenced on Nightline in 2011, Corey Feldman has been claiming that he and his good friend, the late Corey Haim, were victims of molestation when they were young actors. Last year, he opened up to our Alex Hudgens.
Kids are scared. You know, kids don't think I'm going to go. First of all, for me, the person that was doing it to me the most, well, I mean, I could say that the two people that did it to me were both close friends of mine, or so I thought.
Feldman claims Haim endured more than him. In his book Choreography, he alleges that Haim was raped on the set of the 1986 film Lucas. The following year, 1987, their film The Lost Boys came out.
It was when we were both on the set of Lost Boys that, things were happening to both of us, not from anyone on the set, might I clear that up, but, outside elements.
How did people not know when these are two, or did they know and they just weren't doing anything about it?
I mean, I know he told a lot of people. That's the thing that's so upsetting to me. It's not like it's just me that knows this story.
Other people know.
A lot of people know.
They're still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
Back in 2013, on The View, Feldman was insistent that perpetrators are still out there, but says he won't name names due to statute of limitation laws in California. He also has another reason that echoes something we've heard regarding Harvey Weinstein.
From what I've seen, every time somebody tries to bring up a public name and they have a lot of money and power and a publicity machine behind them, the person who does the accusing is the one that ends up looking bad.
Did you hear that? Let's not lose sight of that. I want to open this up here. Let's talk about that. By the way, for the record, just so you know, the last film that Corey Feldman actually did was 1998. He hasn't worked in a movie since 1998. He has, however, been able to make a very good living because of his book,
music and stuff too.
He's on tour doing his music. Thankfully, he's a musician, and he does sing and he does play. So he has, he doesn't have to rely on the film business. But let's be honest, that's how we know him. That's where he came to fame in the movie industry. Lost Boys among them. But understand, though, that this kid, and I call him a kid because he's, I think he's just now 50.
Yes.
I feel like such an old guy when I'm calling a 50-year-old a kid. I'll show you where the hell I am, because I'm the old fart in the room. But you're talking about Corey, at 50, no longer has to watch his mouth because he knows his film days are done, unless he's willing to take the money out of his own pocket and finance his own film, which some people have actually done, guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Corey.
No, say did you notice that he was still a little hesitant and kind of low key protecting?
Oh boy, yeah,
so
man.
If you really start listening to these people, like listen to what he said that he was on the set and that some things were happening, but it was from the outside. Now, how many times have you known anybody to just be able to walk up on a professional set like that and not only just walk on a set, but molest a whole kid?
Yeah.
Like, this is not making no sense what he's saying. Like, dude, that don't make no sense at all. That means that we can just start walking on sets and just walking away with people.
Well, it makes absolute sense. And I'm going to tell you, I know a little bit about that story. In fact, I'm going to tell you what I know about the backstory of it, because I have some firsthand knowledge. The person that he's referring to, particularly in the case of Corey Haim, the person who molested him in a dressing room trailer was the agent his mother hired the day before.
So he didn't just pop up from somebody on the outside. He was bought in.
You can absolutely, just as long as you've got that credential.
Yeah,
they have a thing on a film set, you guys. It's called All Access.
I know. I'm very familiar with that. I've been around that for many years.
Okay,
like all of that. I know about the All Access, that VIP. But what I'm telling you is that he made it seem like it was somebody just randomly from outside.
Oh no,
These
it wasn't.
People are in with these. They in with each other. He got in. I mean, where he get the All Access card from? He didn't just make it.
No, the manager, or the agent, I should say, the agent that Corey Haim's mother hired the day before the allegation took place. As soon as he became the agent, he got all access cards. He got cards to all the studios.
So he in.
Because he
So
been
he in.
been a do dirty. He been a do dirty. This is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
That's how he became his agent in the first place, because he hooked up with another do dirty that connected him with the other do dirty.
Absolutely.
So in essence, what's happening is that Feldman, for all intents and purposes, as nice as he wants to be to other people, there's still an element, whether it's fear or not.
That's what I was
There's still an element of his protective nature. And I could understand partially, and I'm not giving him, and I'm definitely not giving him an out on this one. But I get that the trauma of being a victim instills an innate fear of the people that did it to you, and you're always looking over your shoulder. I can get that. But if you're going to claim that you're out there exposing, and you're going to start dropping the system down, either decide that you're going to do it
or
don't. Because all you end up looking like is you trying to promote your book or you're trying to promote your album. We tried to get him on our show.
Yeah.
And he didn't come on. It was like, okay, so we're going to ask you these questions. What about now? No. He don't want the hard questions.
He declined.
He don't want the hard questions.
Well, if you had known me before, I could have got him for you. That's not a problem. Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem with anybody you get for any show. And Amelia, tell me if I'm lying. We've done it here. We've got some of the biggest names in politics, news, sports, entertainment. Some of the biggest names. Here's always the problem, fellas. Getting them to tell the truth.
Yes.
Well,
that's the problem you're going to have, Corey and Martin.
Not once we get them on the show. If
we want to.
Let me explain something to you. I want to make this clear to you. Real
clear.
See?
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something right now.
Tell you.
Oh,
Take the time for you. I want to make it simple for you. Now, the hard part is getting them to come on the show after they watch our show. Because they know
we know that feeling, Amelia.
They can feel it in their bones that when you come on this show,
damn,
it's coming out.
Yep.
It's coming out, and you're not gonna listen. You might slip something past me, and you might slip something past Merlin, but I promise you, you will not slip it past both of us. And they know that. So they that's why they won't come. We done had what's the pastor, and we don't mind calling him out. What's his name? Donnie
McClurkin.
Donnie McClurkin. Same deal. This clown will not. I mean, we had the most direct connection to him that you could have.
Yeah.
Right. I got a friend that, remember I told you I've been in this Hollywood stuff and around it for years. I got a friend that's like really in the game, dealt with a lot of people, did a lot of stuff for a lot of people, and he retired. He just sitting back enjoying himself, right? So I can just call him and he'd be like, dude, hold on. He just give me these people's numbers. He said, call them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like,
we got a friend like that, Amelia, Jimmy Fife.
Yeah. So I called a guy up. I talked to his manager. Let me get back to you. Send me the link to your channel, and we'll set something up.
Yeah.
Hit him back a few days up. Now we're not gonna be able to come on the show, man.
We've had that, and it's just it pisses you off in a way, but it actually for me anyway, it boosts me up.
It confirms you.
It elevates me because I think, yep, Amelia, they're not going to come on. They, I heard from their management. They're not. They're going to pass on the on the invitation, and she'll laugh and she'll say, "I knew it."
But are you trying to get them? Are you trying to get them to come to your studio or online?
Say again.
You trying to get them to your actual studio?
No, I'm trying to get them here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, trying to come on. I mean, if they want to hop in here with me, they can. I got plenty of room.
No, they ain't gonna do that. Okay, if it's one thing,
happen, brother.
If it's one thing, and
I got microphones, I got headphones, I got whatever you want here.
But you got that mafia. I kill you.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get nobody to come and talk to you like that.
They're scared of you.
You're a scary individual. Come on, man. Like, I'm gonna ask you. Do you know what Jimmy Hoffa is? Do you know what Jimmy Hoffa is? Because you sound like you might know what Jimmy Hoffa is.
I always tell people I'm God's hitman. Okay, that's the way it is.
Yeah. Well, not unless they're trying to
I can evangelize like nobody's business. And God don't mind you using the F-bomb once in a while to make a point.
You know what? You know what? On their show, what they were talking about, which I don't like, what people are trying to do now is they're trying to make them more gender neutral, which I don't think that's right. Right,
Well,
guys?
that's another thing.
About
Amelia, you just brought something up.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys make of the entire? Because Amelia and I are actually doing a show this week. I'm sorry, next week.
Next week coming up
on the transgender people. There's a disturbing trend I see in the entertainment business, particularly in the film business, with regards to trying to effeminize, macho guys like The Rock.
Mm-hmm. They will.
And God too. They're trying to make him more gender.
Well, he a
neutral.
female now, they say. So
See, Merlin.
Well, I mean, I'll give you a perfect example of what we're talking about. There's been, and I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Amelia lives in Florida, so she don't know nothing too much.
I'm originally from Texas. I know a lot.
Here's the thing, and I want to talk to you guys about it because this is true. I'm not making this up. There were rumors for years that Michelle Obama is actually a guy.
Uh-oh.
So you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about it.
Can we go down that rabbit hole for half a minute?
Oh, God, man.
Well, she does have kind of broad shoulders.
He has been down this channel, Corey. He's been perusing.
He has been.
He's done his homework.
All right.
Yeah. Because
Right.
Michelle Obama looks like a linebacker. Okay. I mean, she got traps on her that Barack don't have. I'd like me to get me the first mama on the show so I can talk to her.
Oh my God, man.
There has been.
I want her workout schedule. I really do. I want to know what program she used to get that jacked, because that looked like it working.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless she's taking the old needle, the shortcut like Dwayne is.
Merlin, see, y'all don't know the inside scoop on some of this stuff. Merlin is
smarten me up, man. Smarten me up.
Merlin got jokes. If y'all just knew, listen, if y'all only knew what goes on with Too Strong. So Merlin got jokes right now. This is why he can't breathe. So he gonna need a break. All right, here's my stance on this.
Yes, sir.
So let me make this clear. I literally cannot stand Barack Obama.
And that's
Michelle,
two of us.
Or Michelle. I mean, listen. The good Lord is the only reason I can say I don't hate him. Okay. So
I don't hate either.
Yeah, I don't hate him, but
no.
If it
was allowed,
if I get close enough to it,
if we could say that word, hate. Yeah.
So let me just say this though. I am a big man. I'm big on respect. I'm big on boundaries, and I'm big on crossing lines. I'm the kind of person that if I come to your house, I'm gonna stand up at the door until you tell me to sit, and then I'm gonna need you to point to which chair or couch to sit on. You understand? That's me.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna ever extend my hands to touch nobody's wife in no way, right? I mean, let's like I got friends, you give their wife a hug, something like that. But I'm just telling you how I am. So the Michelle Obama thing, being a man, I don't know if it's true or not. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I understand why people say she is. I see it. I see everything everybody else see, but I just don't have enough solid evidence for me to feel comfortable calling a man's wife a man. You
Brother,
understand?
I have a picture of Michelle Obama. She looked like she's packing, okay?
Well, I'm an editor, and I'm a rookie, an extremely rookie editor, and I can take any picture of anybody and make that same thing happen.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm envious of her package.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
I'm the only man in America who's got penis envy of a woman.
Marlon's over here pretending he can't breathe.
I think Marlon just fell off his chair. There he is. He's back. Marlon is doing this again, folks.
Something wrong with this dude. Marlon, something is wrong with Mad Dog, man.
You know what? Lacey J. Dalton said the same thing. She said, "You're a lunatic." Remember what Lacey J.
Yes.
Dalton said to me? I had a country music Hall of Famer on this show. She loved me. She says, "I love you. You're a fucking lunatic." I made her drop the F-bomb on this show.
Mhm.
Wait, hold on. Mad Dog, I want to say one thing.
Yes, sir.
I gotta say this because people like to lie on me and say I said stuff. Let me clear something up. I didn't say that she
No.
wasn't a man. All right. I didn't say that. I don't know if she is or not. But I am gonna go on the record to say this. It's a pretty good chance. It's a pretty good chance, but I'm just waiting on the right evidence.
Yeah.
For clarification.
I'm going. I wish I could find that video. Oh, I had a video.
Okay.
I had a video. It was a side by side comparison. I have to show it to you.
I have the answer for you, Corey. It just dropped in my lap.
I just dropped it in his lap.
You ready? You ready?
No.
You don't have to call her a man
in order,
but you can call her Michael.
Oh,
you know why?
Because he did.
He already did, and twice. So it's okay to say, I don't know if she's a man, but I'm no longer calling her Michelle. It's now Michael.
You know what, man? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you real fast. We was gonna do it, and I tried it. I meant to tell you, Merlin, I tried it, but it didn't work. We was gonna do this thing where we're trying to start something where you of course you filming it, right, and you walk up behind your wife and be like, "What up, Big Mike?" or call her a man name and see how she responds.
Right?
I would have had two blacker eyes. Is what I would have had. Two blacker eyes.
The French word for Michael is Michelle. So there you go.
So either way, you're covered. Either way,
there you go.
Yep.
So you're good to go.
Yeah,
We got a couple more things I want to take a look at here.
All right.
Let's take a look at this. This is Elijah Wood from what the fuck did he? Oh, he did Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
I forgot for half a minute what fucking movie he did. Here you go. Lord of the Rings.
Child star Elijah Wood says Hollywood has a seedy underbelly of child sex abuse and that those responsible are being protected by the entertainment industry elite. Wood, who's been acting since he was 8, told the Sunday Times there are a lot of vipers in this industry, people who only have their own interests in mind. Wood compared the unnamed abusers to the British DJ Jimmy Savile, who faced dozens of accusations of rape and assault spanning more than 4 decades.
You guys know who Jimmy Savile is?
Oh yeah, we just finished talking about him.
Okay, I just did. I finished a 6-part documentary on Jimmy Savile. Amelia and I are actually. It's funny that how we think. We're going to do a show on him.
Those claims were largely swept under the rug until after Savile's death. It's important to note that Wood's claims are unsubstantiated, but other child stars from the same era have made similar accusations in the past. In 2011, Corey Feldman said he and other child stars in the 80s were abused by people with a lot of power in the entertainment industry.
I can tell you that the number one problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia. There was a circle of older men that surrounded themselves around this group of kids.
Declining to give specifics, Feldman said a Hollywood executive is directly responsible for the drug and alcohol problems that contributed to the death of his friend and fellow child star Corey Haim. Wood said he was lucky to have a mom who protected him from abuse, but added, "I've been led down dark paths to realize that these things probably are still happening." For News.
He confirmed. Confirmation from that report. He confirmed what I said about Corey Haim's abuse situation. Mike Messier is here. Roman Polanski. Mikey, we're just talking about Roman Polanski. Mike Messier, by the way, fellas, is a good friend of the show. He's been a co-host on the show for a time, and he comes in and out when we want to promote stuff. Mikey's a filmmaker, documentary filmmaker. He's in our chat room right now.
Awesome.
The last thing I want to show you guys is to tell you that this sick crime of pedophilia is not limited to Hollywood. Certainly not. What bothers me, though, is that in the next 2 stories, it was a man of the cloth in both stories, 2 rabbis from New York, who basically took it upon themselves to help themselves to 2 young boys in their congregation. Let's take a look.
So when we pulled up here to the criminal courthouse in Queens, we weren't sure if we were going to make the rabbi's arraignment. We pulled up and found out that he had just surrendered his passport, posted $50,000 bail, and he was trying to make it out of the courthouse without being seen by our camera. He almost made it. Is there anything that you'd like to say, Rabbi? Rabbi Nathan David Rabinowitz did not have anything to say to us tonight as he and a criminal defense attorney hurriedly walked out of the Queens County Courthouse following his arraignment. Police say the 59-year-old Brooklyn-based rabbi thought he was sending sexually explicit instant messages to a 14-year-old girl in December and then again over the last 2 weeks. It turns out that girl was really an undercover NYPD vice detective. Not surprisingly, the rabbi's neighbors in Midwood, Brooklyn are shocked.
First time hearing of it.
Your thoughts?
I don't have any thoughts. First I'm shocked. First I thought about it.
You know the rabbi?
I met him a few times. Yeah, he's my neighbor, obviously, but wow.
Hopefully they'll have to see if it bears out, and if he needs help, get help, and I feel bad for him, his wife, the family. What else can I say?
Investigators say Rabbi Rabinowitz used 2 AOL screen names, NYC Normal 100 and Normal Gent NYC. He was arrested last night when he left his Brooklyn home and showed up in Queens to meet with the would-be 14-year-old. Rabinowitz faces attempted rape and 2 other luring-related charges. If convicted, he could spend up to 4 years in prison. He's due back in court on March 7th. We're live in the Kew Garden section of Queens. Jay Dow, Pix 11 News.
Administrators and guidance counselors are having serious discussions with students and parents at Salanter Akiba Riverdale Academy, also known as SAR, a modern Orthodox Jewish day school. Rabbi Jonathan Skolnick, who since last year served as middle school principal of Judaic Studies.
Look at this piece of shit.
You could
he
tell,
looks
too.
like a fucking pervert, okay? He just looks like a scumbag. And people are entrusting this dirtbag with their children. I want people to understand that we're looking at what a guy who looks like a human penis, okay? He looks like a dickhead, literally. And I'm not saying figuratively. He looks like a penis, okay? I'm just waiting for something to spew from his mouth at this point. But this piece of shit is entrusted with people's children. He shouldn't be allowed in the fucking dog pound.
No.
Look at this. Look at this scumbag.
Did they ban you from YouTube?
No, they can't.
No.
I'll tell you why they can't.
Was arrested Friday by the FBI for charges related to soliciting child pornography. He's since been fired. A criminal complaint from the U.S. Attorney's Office alleges Skolnick posed online as different teenage girls using names like Tina Warner and Anna Freed to coerce a 14-year-old boy to send him sexually explicit photos. Asher Lowy is with Zaka, an organization that advocates for survivors of child sexual abuse in the Orthodox Jewish community.
He even had materials of his own to match these personas he'd created, photos of these girls that he created to send to the victim, which means that he was in possession of other child pornography.
The criminal complaint says the communication with the 14-year-old spanned from March to this month. It alleges Skolnick told FBI agents he requested sexually explicit photos from approximately 20 to 25 victims.
That's all my stomach can handle. That's
Oh my gosh.
that piece of shit. Let me just tell anybody, if you're thinking about or if you have entertained the idea of trying out the young ones, don't, okay? Especially if you live in or around the neighborhood of myself or Marlon or Corey or Amelia. Because I have a very, very sharp knife that works, cuts going in and coming out. All right? I'm Sicilian. I'm particularly good with a knife, okay? They call me Mad Dog, but they may as well call me the Butcher, okay? I'll just say it this way. I'm very good. The salami can come off real quick. Okay?
I'm very good.
Capiche, gentlemen?
That's why you can't get no guests, man.
They're afraid they're gonna lose their junk.
Amelia, we lost a co-host yesterday because they got fucking sensitive.
Oh.
You know, don't get fucking sensitive with me. I'll kick your fucking ass out of here. I don't need you. You know,
it's like
you're not being a good example for Merlin.
Yeah,
Corey and Marlon. I got Angelo and Amelia. We don't need nothing. Look, here's what we'll do. I figured it out. Fellas. Here's what we'll do. Amelia and I will come on your show once a week. You come here once a week. We'll never be tired of guests. We'll always have a rotating guest.
I think we with that.
But I agree with you guys said that when on the episode that we should teach our children and talk to our children at home before we let the schools get a hold of them.
Absolutely.
Because like the schools, to me, whatever they say that they're going to try to teach the children. Oh yeah, that's the truth. We'll tell you the truth. The parents won't.
That's you know what? Let's talk. I want to bring Corey up on this one.
Because I think the schools are bullies.
Bring up on the big screen. This is Amelia just opened the Pandora's box. How much obligation, in your estimation, in your opinion, how much responsibility do the school system have to institute or initiate an anti-pedophilia or anti-sex criteria? Because I'm asking and I'm not even in any way joking about this. The school systems have a set of criteria for everything except what to do if somebody's sexually molested. They don't know what to do.
No, they know what to do. They don't want to do it.
Well, okay, there you go.
Yeah. See,
all right.
The school should be held accountable 100% for not enforcing these things. If somebody's child is touched, as much as I want to say the first thing they should do is call the parent, the first thing they need to do is call the police. And the police need to be on their way before you even call the parent.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you call me and tell me, man, listen, I pray to God, hope to God, and I'm dead serious. I'm not talking tough, none of that. I'm just telling you, I just don't ever want to get that phone call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what's bad. We send our kids to school to be safe and to learn
exactly
science, math. We don't send them there to learn about this stuff. No. And in fact, I'm gonna tell you something. Just literally today, I kept my daughter home from school because of this very thing. When they teaching certain things and got certain stuff going on, my kids stay at home with me. You know what I'm saying?
Good for you. And I've often said to predators and people of an unsavory nature, I'll be a gentleman and say unsavory nature. I have told these people, you better pray the police get to you before I do.
Yeah, that's anytime I think about it, I just gotta take a deep breath because listen. Yeah. I don't want to be faced with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I almost was, and that's why I said to this person what I said. I said, if anything happens here, you better pray the cops get you before I do.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
In other countries, that's exactly how it goes down. Like back home, if the family finds out that you did something, it's all over. The perpetrator starts to call the cops because if the family finds you, they will never find you again. There'll be nothing to send to prison.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it is in Sicily.
Nothing. No, they're not just taking the sausage. They taking all of you.
Oh, absolutely.
Everything's gone.
You
pick food at that point.
Absolutely. Amelia.
Yes.
So
how about where is your mind set on this? Let me bring you up here.
I mean, I just, I agree with everything. I mean, I would want them to make sure that I get there first before they do, because I'm not going to I don't look good in stripes, put it that way.
It's interesting because, Amelia, you have a son and a daughter. Have you ever been in the situation when they were younger in school? Because I want to sell that Amelia's children are grown adults now, but when they were young children in the school system, did you ever have that moment where you wondered, or where you had to put your The mommy hat on?
Oh, yeah, plenty of times, especially with the substitute teacher. My son called me and says, "Mommy, the substitute teacher did not let me go to the library to check out a book." And I'm like, "Well, why not?" He says, "Well, I don't know, because she didn't like me or something like that." And I called the school and I was like, well, I talked to the principal and I said, "I'm walking distance from the school. I can go up there right now and have my son go get out of his class. I'll take him to the library myself."
Yeah.
I don't know what's going
Well,
on
I'm
with the
talking
teacher.
about of a sexual nature.
Oh, no, no, no. Anything like that would happen, I would take them out of school. I would let them stay home, and I would explain it to myself first before
Yeah.
I would, let
Gotcha.
the school, anything like that. Or we didn't even have to where the men would dress up like women or read books like
Yeah,
that,
you
like they have
didn't have the
now.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Say
didn't
it,
have
say
it back
again,
then.
Marlon.
You wouldn't back in the day,
Mm-mm.
as
It
much as we
wasn't
say
the problem.
it was hidden.
It was
At least
hidden.
it was hidden. It was still something that was
Mhm.
taboo. You
Yes.
you just didn't do it because you understood back then that parents still had some sway.
We had the
And that you
control.
might die.
Yeah.
And you might die.
Mhm.
Today, now the parent might get arrested for even saying that the child was touched. You might
Mhm.
get arrested for saying it was inappropriate.
Mhm.
Well, if I'm going to get arrested for saying it's inappropriate, then I'm going to act accordingly. And I'm going to be inappropriate. And you know
Yeah.
what I'm going to be inappropriate with? I'm going to get me some brass knuckles. I'm going to get me a couple other things. And I'm going to come to the school and I'm going to be inappropriate the same way.
And you're going to call me and I'm going to help you.
Yeah. If you go send me to jail anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like fool, I'm going to go for a reason.
I'm going down fighting. If you're going to look, if you're going to put me away for doing, for protecting what's mine.
I'm going in with clout. I'm going into jail with
down
clout.
in a blaze of glory. Absolutely.
Going in
And my
with clout.
mama said to bring her with me too, because my mama's temper is worse than mine.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Telling you what. I'll tell you what, man. This has been. Damn, this is 8:15. I'll tell you what. Let's go another couple of minutes. I'm going to let these gentlemen go tonight. I have to bring you guys back.
Oh yes.
Often. I have
let's
to
do it,
bring you
man.
back
Let's do it.
often.
I got to
because-
say one thing before you continue.
Yes, sir.
And I meant to say it before. Do you realize that you have my father's name and Amelia has my mom's name?
Really?
Wow.
It's trippy. My dad's name was Angelo, Randolph Angelo Brown. And my mom's name was Amelia. And still is
Wow.
Amelia. She's alive.
This is called destiny.
And here's the thing. My father was more outspoken than me.
Uh-oh.
Kind of like you.
Can't imagine that, Marlon.
He didn't have an off button, like at all.
No, I don't have a. You know what it is? I have no filter.
Hey, you're an old school. You're an old school
God was
tube
giving
TV.
out filters. I was
Mad dog.
You're an
Mad
old
dog.
school tube TV. You know when the knob breaks off and you got to get your old. You can't change the channel. That's
When
you.
the knob breaks off, you take out the pliers.
The
The pliers and you say your channel that way, yeah?
That's
Mad
it.
dog. Mad dog.
Yes, sir.
You have not been a good example for Merlin at all.
Thank
I've
you,
been-
man,
Love
dog.
Ron. I'm
Thank
going to
you.
adopt him as my little brother or something.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate the
I
encouragement.
might
bro.
adopt you too, Corey.
Oh my God, man.
I'm gonna be Angelo with the two little black babies.
Just don't put no dress on us.
Yeah, we
I'm
don't
telling
want
you, right?
You
Actually,
no,
my,
no, no.
my
I'll just
daughter
tell
is.
you, make sure
you
that the
check
baby
this
man's
one out.
not
You're gonna
real.
love this. My daughter is Italian and Egyptian.
Oh gosh.
She has the most beautiful dark complexion you've ever seen.
Mhm.
And when she in the summertime, when she goes, and lays out in the sun, she gets black. And I mean like black.
Mhm.
You know, you can't tell by looking at me, but I'm serious. I'm not even. I get like
You get
Marlon.
bronze. You
complexion.
get bronzed. Yeah.
I get like your complexion for real.
Mhm.
Like it goes.
In other
from-
words, Merlin, he said you ain't bronze, you
I ain't
black.
black. You trying to say it without saying it. I hear
Hey,
it.
no, he was like, nah, like Corey bronze, you
Like,
black.
you black. Yeah.
Bronze.
You know, we actually Amelia and I have a show coming up. I think in
yeah.
March.
Mhm.
No, in April. We have a show coming up in April called The Racial Divide. I would love to have that conversation with you guys.
You sure would.
Because I had a guy that was supposed to join us this month, but he backed out. I think because he's a fucking pussy. He's afraid. His name is, I'll tell you his name because I don't know. That's the way I am. I'm just going to spill his name. He's a guy. He's a blogger on Facebook named Jermaine Ivory.
Jimmy, I don't know him.
That name sound familiar though.
Yeah, he's got these like little reels all over the fucking place.
Mm-hmm.
Jermaine Ivory. I invited him on here, and he's like, okay, like you can't hang with the big boys, so you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Hang out in your little blogger world. That's fine.
Amelia, how fast did I get back to you?
As soon as possible, I guess. As soon as we come up with a
Own it. We don't play. We
Good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We have let's see what day
What we got coming up this week, Mel?
Well, actually, tomorrow we're going to be doing a show with bipolar disorder.
Yes, bipolar disorder tomorrow night. By the way, very well received the show that we did on autism. Incredibly well received and a lot of response. Tomorrow night, autism. The autism, bipolar disorder. Is bipolar disorder really what people think it is, or is it being misdiagnosed at an alarming rate? We say it's being misdiagnosed at a ridiculously alarming rate.
Absolutely.
Next week.
No, don't forget Thursday's Beatlemania.
Oh, I didn't get to Thursday yet. Hold up. What do you think I wore this shit for?
See, he forgets.
I've got my. Look,
do they sound like this? Your parents?
you listen. This is called premature emancipation. Now hold on a minute. Let me do this here.
Lordy.
You wanna,
this guy.
You're gonna get me in trouble. I'm gonna get you in trouble. All right. So next week we're going to finish up our series on the crisis in America, medical crisis.
Yes.
So we're going to do that. But this week on the roundtable, our roundtable subject is the social and economic impact of the Beatles. And we are going to hit the Beatles hard on Thursday night. If you guys ever get to see a show called the Fab Four, do yourself a favor, buy a couple tickets. It's a great show. I recommend it highly. Next week, Amelia, what's on the docket?
Let's see. Well, for that is going to be the God question, actually, on February 28th.
Is God real? Is God a figment of our imagination? Did man invent God, or did God invent man? That's the question next week with Bible scholar Kevin Schopel from Arizona. Kevin is one of the foremost.
I just covered that topic. That's funny.
Would you like you guys? You want in on that subject?
It's gonna be an all guys night.
That's gonna be all guys night.
We'll see.
Yeah. Hit us up. Send us the info.
Hit us up. Yeah.
All right. I'll have Amelia hit you up on that one. Kevin Schopel will be here. He is the country's foremost Bible scholar. He's published and all over the place, been on TV and talk shows and all that stuff. And Kevin is a good friend of mine, good friend of the show, and he'll be back with us. The other thing we're going to talk about, Amelia, is we have let's see, besides Kevin, who's coming
March 2nd, Thursday, we're going to do a tribute to our good friend Charlie Norris.
Oh, Charlie Norris. Charlie Thunderfoot Norris, professional wrestler with WCW, passed unexpectedly, and I mean out of nowhere. Like, we were just talking to him days, like literally days before he died. Evidently, Charlie Thunderfoot Norris passed away in his sleep from something that nobody even knows yet what it is. His autopsy hasn't sent anything back, so we don't even know. We just know he died in his sleep. We'll be here with Karen McDaniel, the wife of the late Wahoo McDaniel, one of the greatest pro wrestlers that ever lived. She will join us for that show. She was a good friend of Charlie. I have a couple announcements to make. I want to tell everybody right now on. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, Charlie Norris is March. We're doing March the 7th. Transgenders. What qualifies as transgender? Is it a disorder, a phenomenon, or a fad? So we're going to talk about that. The round
disorder,
table,
a phenomenon, or a fag?
Fad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would never use the word fag. I would say homosexual.
Oh. No, I just was my ears kind of.
Yeah. No, but a fag, if you want to know, in England is a cigarette.
Yeah, and there's also a bundle of sticks.
It's perfectly okay to smoke a fag in England, but you can't smoke a fag
You
in
can't do it in America because they die that way.
You do that, you'll get in trouble. You'll go to jail. We are covering the subject on the 14th and 16th. It's a subject that's fascinating and oh so dangerous these days.
Mm-hmm.
The subject of deep fakes. Deep fakes. I would love for you guys to be a part of that show. You want to join me?
The deep fake is crazy.
On March 21st, my friend, Hollywood entertainer, movie producer, television producer, scriptwriter, singer, dancer, comedian, Jeffrey Mark, Emmy award-winning Jeffrey Mark will be here, and he will entertain us with not one, not two, but 3 songs live in studio on March the 21st.
Right.
On the 23rd of March, we will bring back the Writer's Room. This episode is called Writer's Block. So we're going to have some of Amelia's favorite writers on the show because she's got all their phone numbers. I don't. I don't keep anybody's numbers. I give everything. Amelia, put it in the book. That's what I tell her. Amelia, put it in the book.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. Let's do this, Amelia, because we always forget to do this at the end of every show. And I have all this stuff up here. Our name is our address, wwtfradio.podbean.com. We are broadcasting right now to 2.7 million people, they tell me. Right now, real numbers on the site. Let me give you real-time numbers, folks, because I always like to do this. Okay, here we go. Amelia, take a guess. Where do you think we're at?
Let's see, 2.9? No.
500.
It's 3.2.
Really?
I don't know.
It's like, how did he know?
on our
randomized
website,
numbers for 100, Bob.
Real numbers. You ready for this one? 10,286,815.
Wow.
Those are real numbers right now.
Oh, yes, because we just got some listeners from Australia and Italy.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I haven't even done our commercial yet. Shut up. 10,286,815.
Ooh, yes.
Real number. Let me do this before, because we gotta take care of this. Right now. You guys, you're gonna love my sponsor. You ready for this shit? Only I can fucking get away with this, okay? Only me. Watch this stuff. Do you have sweaty balls or volleyball netty balls? It's time to make them ready balls. The Manscaped.com Lawnmower 3.0 will do the job and clean your knob with its patented no-nick head, so your head will function as desired. Enter promo code Wrestling Future for a generous 20% discount. That's enter Wrestling Future for a 20% discount. Manscaped.com and Wrestling with the Future, going balls to the walls with Manscaped.com and the Lawnmower 3.0. Your balls will thank you, and so will we. What's the Buzz Podcast wants to welcome Radioactive FM 88.6 in Wellington, New Zealand, Radio Perth, Australia, and RTL Radio 102.5 in Milan, Italy. Welcome aboard, and welcome to the Buzz. All right. Now that's all out there. Marlon, what's wrong, my brother?
I might need that. I might need that product.
Oh, you listen. You need a Manscaped? Let me know. They're my sponsors. I could get you one.
He's like, Dad.
Hey, can we get half of them numbers on Too Strong?
Yeah, we got to.
Yeah, I'll come on and boost them for you. Why not?
Hey, man, just give me half. I just need half. I don't need 10. I just need like 5 mil. 5 mil would be fine. I think we'd be good, right? I think so, Corey. We could use like 5 million views.
We are www.radio.podbean.com. We have 3 dedicated YouTube channels. We really don't give a shit about them, but we have to put them up because there you are. YouTube.com at What's the Buzz Podcast, YouTube.com/Blunt Talk Radio, and YouTube.com/ at the Psychic Realm Podcast. We also have 2 dedicated Facebooks. Amelia, so What's the Buzz Podcast and What's the Buzz Pod. And our group is the What's the Buzz Podcast group.
Popcast with the P. Pop.
Is that what it is, Amelia? Because you put it together, right?
Yes, the Popcast group.
You got a show idea or something to promote? Our email address is What's the Buzz Podcast @gmail.com. We are WWTF Internet Radio at home or at work, on the road, in the car. We are everywhere you are. And as a disclaimer, the following interviews are presented for your entertainment purposes only and are not meant to reflect any conclusion of truth or perceived truth from its host, producers, or its guest. These interviews are solely for your entertainment and do not merit any social or moral or merit any social commentary or debate. That's what we forgot. Okay. Yeah. Fair and accurate research has been done to merit, I have to read this every week, to merit the presentation of materials herein shown. Our vetting process includes, but is not limited to, the World Wide Web, the internet, newspapers, magazine articles, and the internet. All right, there you go, folks. Now,
yes,
Amelia.
Yes.
What else we got going on? Because I got to catch my breath now.
That's pretty much it for the week and next week. So
terrific. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to bring these gentlemen. I want to give them each one final big screen here. This is Corey Fair, president of Fair Media Group, and he is the host of It's Too Strong Productions. Is that the name of the show?
No, it's Too Strong. Too Strong.
Too Strong. Okay.
So, Too Strong. So I own a Fair Media, and Too Strong is one of the channels that's under Fair Media.
Okay, terrific.
Marlon and I started that, and it's been amazing. I love working with Merlin. We have really good shows, and we fight and everything, and then we do good shows, and then we can fight.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you guys ever need a radio home, I know a guy that owns a radio station. Right,
well, that's what we need.
We ain't gonna fight you on that one.
Yeah, we ain't gonna fight you on that. So
you ain't gonna see us saying like, nah, we're good.
No, but let me bring Marlon up here, because Marlon is the partner in crime over here. Marlon Brown is co-partner of Fair Media Group, and now, so who does? I wonder what I didn't ask you when we were talking earlier. Who does your graphics and your videos? Is Marlon? Is that you?
That guy.
Oh, do you, Corey? You do all that?
Yeah.
Right here. Let me get it right. This guy right here.
Oh, there you go. Beautiful. That's terrific.
Thank you.
He's the media man.
Good stuff.
I'm just a face. That's all I am. Just a face.
He lying.
That's me. Well, I'm the face, but Amelia's the prettier face. Well, I'll tell you what. It's been a great show. I would love to do. Man, I would love to do another hard-hitting topic with you guys. Maybe Amelia. Let's keep in touch with Marlon.
Oh, absolutely, yes. And subscribe to their channel, guys.
Fellas, after the show, don't leave. Stick with us in the studio.
Right, cool.
When we go off the air, stay with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, everybody. It's been entertaining. It's been educational, and it's been real. That's the most important thing that we want to convey to you. This has been everything you heard tonight is real. It's factual. Nothing has been exaggerated or made up in any way, shape, or form. So If you have concerns about what your children are doing and where they are, who they're with, pedophilia, you should be concerned. Pedophilia is a real crime. It is not a victimless crime by any stretch. And it's happening at the highest levels of Hollywood, the highest levels of government. It can happen in your school, in your town, in your neighborhood. Be aware of that. And for Corey Fair, for Marlon Brown, for Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman, I'm the Mad Dog. Bye-bye, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Good night.